Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our concert, Siam Sonata, Musical Tour Through Thailand 2025 by Nat Yontararak. I'm Sugar Yontararak.
And I'm Yontararak, and we will be your MC tonight.
With this concert tour, we perform 4 cities. We premiered on September 21st in Bangkok, then flew to Budapest for second concert last Thursday. Tonight we are here in Vienna, and tomorrow we'll fly to Paris for the last concert on Friday, October 3rd. Before we begin the program, may I take this opportunity to express our deepest gratitude to all our sponsors for making this musical mission for Thailand possible. We would like to thank Tourism Authority of Thailand, Contemporary Art Promotion Fund, Office of Contemporary Art and Culture, Ministry of Culture, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Thai Beverage Public Company Limited, Thai Airways International Public Company Limited, Thai Hungarian Chamber of Commerce,
and followed by Dr. Wu Resources Company Limited, Apex Medical Center, Mama by Thai President Foods Public Company Limited, SBOA Public Company Limited, and Exxon Thailand Company Limited, Vinna Wellness Company Limited, and TJT Company Limited.
Otherwise, we won't be able to be here with you tonight. Now may I invite Your Excellency Patharat to give the opening remarks, please.
Excellencies and also dear guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say that this is the opening remarks, but just I feel words to give all of you, because I really want to welcome you all to this district hall of Vienna. And it's my great pleasure and honor to have some of my colleagues and also all the guests and of course the Thai community here with us. สวัสดีค่ะพี่น้องคนไทยทุกคนด้วยนะคะ Today is so special for me, not only for you, also for me, because the pianist, the artist, Mr. Nat Yontararak is for me is kind of legendary artist, pianist in Thailand. Why I said so? Because when I was young, I grew with him. I learned what is piano, how is the orchestral music through his performance. So he's kind of a legend for me and has a special place in my heart. So I'm so happy that and so glad and honored that today we could have him with us during his European tour to perform the piece of his masterpiece that he composed by himself. That is the Siam Sonata. So he is on his music tour in Europe from, as Uncut has said, from Budapest and now in Vienna. And the last one will be in Paris. So it's quite difficult to organize this kind of event. But since we see that Mr. Nat Yontararak is the artist who has his heart to reach the difference of cultures from the East, from the West, from Asia and Europe, together with his music performance, with his piece of his music, and Siam Sonata is one of it that he wanted to show the difference of Thai varieties of Thai cultures and the difference between Thai music and the European music, classical music, put in one place together in the four movements. So you will enjoy throughout the piece of this music, Siam Sonata. You will enjoy how we put together the and also some of the Thai classical music like this, which is the percussion, and also the performance of each part of the movement. And I would say as well that this evening is also a kind of a testament of the great collaboration between the music, Thai style music, and also the percussion that will be performed by the talented Polish artist Mr. Lucas Cloviado. So and also with the graceful traditional Thai dance that performed by the Christian Communication Institute in Thailand. And following the concert, I'd like to invite you all to enjoy the reception that will be held in front of this music hall. To the special Thai appetizers that we curated, I'm sure that you will enjoy how we present the difference of Thai cuisine from the different regions of Thailand, four regions of Thailand, northeast, central part, and the south. So we get the support from the Tourism of Thailand Frankfurt office for bringing these Thai activities to you after the performance. So please stay and enjoy the rest of Thailand with us. And on behalf of the local agency, of course, I'd like to share to Ms. Kun Shukla that we'd like to express our sincere appreciation to our partner, Tourism Authority of Thailand and others, who make this event possible. And of course, I'd like to express my sincere appreciation to each of you for joining us on this cultural journey that, proudly presented by the local agency in Vienna. And please relax, open your hearts, and let the music of Thailand flourish into your mind and enjoy the concert. Thank you so much.
May I ask how many of you have been to Thailand? Please raise your hand. Whoa! Wow! And how many of you have tasted the Thai food? Tonight, we are going to bring you Thailand, like as Your Excellency has said, through Siam Sonata. But before we do that, you will learn about the southern part and other part, and then we will go to Siam Sonata.
So of course, as a usual protocol, I invite everyone to put their mobile phone on silent mode. And actually, this concert is very special because we do allow you to film and take photo. However, especially for video, please take at a very modern length. And please feel free to share. We have a hashtag Amazing Thailand, hashtag Siam Sonata 2025. And for all Thais out there, hashtag Team Thailand. So I think with this part of the of social media, I have informed everyone, please do not forget to tag us when we post on stories or anything such. I think we are ready for Mommy Sugar to take on from here.
Right. We will begin our musical journey tonight with No Ra Fantasy. Inspired by Nora, a powerful symbol of Southern Thai identity. The music, like the dance, is bold and dramatic, full of sharp contrasts and sudden stops. Yet, in its gentle moments, it becomes sweet and graceful. The piece opens with the haunting sound of the Thai oboe or flute, playing a rhythm that pierces straight to your heart. Nora Fantasy with Nat Yontararak.
ข
variation form. The theme of the classical Thai themes that now will come back 4 times differently. And like the crystal that telling in the light.
So actually this piece was actually composed since almost 40 years ago compared to the very first piece that we just heard, the Raman C, that was composed this year. So for this composition, you will hear how far Mr. Nat has come as composer when he composed music with the first Thai traditional song.
And with this piece, I think you will feel how sound can spark. And I would encourage you to let your imagination take flight with the image of a magical rooster, Gan of crystal pheasant. made possible. The dream of inviting you, your family, your friends to come and visit Thailand, experience the beauty of Thai culture, elevating it to new dimensions, infusing music with sight, taste, scent, and sound, allowing you to immerse more deeply in the charm of Thailand through piano and percussion tonight. This trip, we also brought along Thai drinks, which are truly part of Thai lifestyle with us.
So, I think everyone have received the gift bag? Yes. So I will tell you which and what it is. So, of course, you cannot pass that point without the gift bag because otherwise you haven't arrived in Thailand. So first, of course, first and foremost, if you know Thailand, Thailand equals Tom Yum Goong. So of course, with Tom Yum Goong and Thai people, there always be mama. But this mama is a very special mama because it's mama Siam Sonata.
You see the packaging? There's Mama with Siam Sonata.
It's very remarkable.
Right?
We are the only town receiving this limited edition only on the tour. So thank you, Mama from Thailand Food. Of course, after you have good food, you need fresh bread afterwards. So we have the Thai award-winning herbs, the brand that has been with Thai people for almost half a century. Dr. Fu, and actually, once you go and try this brand, I recommend that you go buy it and that it is also available in Vienna. I cannot mention the name of the shop because if they want to be mentioned, it is of course. Almost. Now, and after I think some of you have played around with the essential oil in your bag. Alright? Before we begin this piece, Siam Sonata, I invite you to open that and try. All smell very good. And you smell the smell on the bag. Each bag has a drop of this essential oil, sometimes Siam from Vienna. And believe it or not, actually, each of these bags has been done personally by Madame Sugar here.
Make sure that you get a beautiful fragrance when you walk, especially around.
And of course, if you come to Thailand, any drink that you can see everywhere you go, any drink that you can possibly imagine, and Vietnam is only one of their brands that's from Nigeria. Apart from that, come to Thailand and you see all very good-looking people, of course also athletics, but also with a bit of touch above. So we thank APEX for that, for making sure that Thai people will look good on any occasion. I hope so. So, and of course, last but not least, how can we fly across continent without our national courier?
Smooth as silk.
And of course, Office of Contemporary Art, Ministry of Culture, Tourism Authority of Thailand, who support the work of Thailand's outstanding contemporary artists, or Lpa rr, making sure that his work continues to expand its impact as soft power of Thailand.
Now I think you're ready for Siam Sonata. For Siam Sonata. Siam Sonata is a word that weaves together the folk music of four main regions and presented in a classical form in four movements. So each movement represents each region. As you listen, you feel the distinct identity and charm of each region. Central, Northeastern, Northern, and Southern Thailand. So this each has already had a claim because Nat wrote this piece 23 years ago and had performed more than 100 concerts by him and by other people in 16 countries already. But this time, we have something new because Nat always has something new to present.
And today we are joined by a highly sought after percussionist, who has collaborated with many leading Thai musicians. He fell in love with Thai drums and also one Thai same as many of you, I presume. Yes. And tonight he will show you how captivating Thai rhythm can be.
This piece begins with the central region, where the music is grand and graceful. The golden rice field, the lives of common people and the poor, then comes with the northeastern part, which is Isan. Lively and fun, yet also sweet and gentle. Red, hot, and spicy like the peanuts in Isan. Here, you will hear the sound of a bamboo pipe of the can, the traditional instruments of the Northeast. คนไทยฟังนะคะเปียโนจะโห่สามลายโห่ยี่โห่ยี่โห่ยี่โห่เนี่ยนะคะโดนเลือกเนี่ยด้วยกันนะคะ
Now, I think Team Thailand would like to invite you to join us on this musical journey with Siam Sonata.
So let's welcome Nat Yontararak, Beverage and CCI dancers.
ข
going to take you up to the north, where life is slow and steady. You will experience the Latin dance and a bird dance, knocking, which is a symbol of divine messages and messages.
Actually, on a personal note, Mr. Nat is actually married to an Okulu. So he is very inspired to compose this part. And actually, I would like to know any of you, any Thailand where you're from the north, Chiang Mai, Siam Sonata, very charming. So you're from the mountain women by Beverage. That is simple, but yet also mysterious.
And finally, the piece drawn up to the southern part of Thailand. The south is with stunning beaches and blue, vibrant seas. The music here is full of intensity and dynamism, reflecting the energy of the region.
This grand finale celebrates the rich colors of Thailand and warmly invites all of you to come and experience Thailand for yourself.
Amazing Thailand with Siam Sonata. Thank Your Excellency, give the bouquet of flower for Nat on behalf of the host.
Before giving the offer my flowers to Nat, I would say that music is kind of universal language. We can communicate with each other without words or language. And I'm sure that tonight through the Siam Sonata, through Nat, we have been connected, and we have been connected to Thailand as well. So thank you so much. Thank you.
will play a short Thai piece composed by our national artist, which I love very much. I wrote myself 50 years ago when I was 20. For our father, this song is called Longing for You. My life became.
For being such a wonderful host for all the embassy team as well. That's so much. And I hope that all of you will be Team Thailand. Team Thailand. And follow us on Instagram, which look like Instagram and Facebook. Right. And no, before I sing, I have to do this.
So actually, you can follow us on social media on Vinna pages and on Facebook, Instagram, and also on YouTube channel. And also we have our influencer friend here. You can see this fun and happy lady at the back who's team and PS5 by are comfortable in giving interview, please do not hesitate to approach either me or community and share your experience of tonight with us. And don't forget our hashtag Amazing Thailand, Siam Sonata 2025, and hashtag Keep Thailand Now.
Longing for you. คิดถึงเธอ and Nat wrote 51 years ago. 20-year-old boy wrote this. Longing for you, longing for days and nights that we can be together. When will we be together? I miss you so much. Please spare your thoughts for me. Even when you dream of me, don't let that dream fade away.
I'm sure everyone has this scene before.
some scent in your gift bags as well. I think we're ready to taste some food.